You're always one thought away from falling into idolatry. It looms over every one of our heads. And if you don't learn how to take every thought captive to the obedience of Christ, I'm telling you right now, the devil will take you to the place that he's prepared for you. It will happen. This is a real threat. I think it's important when you see Rachel just got done saying, oh, God, you know what? God is the one who provided for you. He's made you rich. God is the one you need to listen to, you need to be instructed by. It just came out of her mouth, and even according to Targum Jonathan, it was her mouth. She just gets done saying this. How in the world, after saying that, the next thing you read is that she's grabbing household idols? I think it's important to kind of start at ground zero and get the historical backdrop. As I mentioned before, Rachel and Leah grew up in idolatry. When you have household idols, they are part of your household. Your household is codependent on those idols. And who knows how many times that Rachel would walk in and see her father, Laban, bowed and prostrated before them. And she'd go and join him and worship. Because what are they looking for? They're looking for blessing. They're looking for provision. They're looking for prosperity. They're looking for protection. They're looking for security. They want all of these things. They trusted in these things from these idols that were set up in their home. She grew up. This is her background. And when you look at what she just did, it tells you something. It tells you that these idols still have a place in her heart. They're still there to the point, guess what? She couldn't leave. I mean, that scares me. This is the scary form of idolatry. You could see her as she's leaving. Keep in mind, she's never left her area, never left her home. She's never lived in another place than Padan Aram. There's no recordation of that whatsoever. But now she's being called to a total foreign land that she doesn't know. You could see how she'd be like, you know what, just for added protection, for a little extra security, a little safety, I'll take these in addition. When women married, it was customary for them to transfer their loyalty to the gods of their husband, rather than exercise any individual freedom to choose their own God. Wives were automatically, by marriage, bound to the God of the husband. Now, I show you this to show you how strong her emotional connection was to these gods. It was strong to the point that she goes in, and it does say Rachel had stolen. It's the very same term used when we get to the 8th commandment in the 10 commandments. It's the very same, thou shalt not steal. As I start to study and go through the word, and I see this situation over and over happening, people calling upon the name of Yahweh, showing up in the temple, going to praise his name, well, they hold Asherah. If Yahweh in one hand, Asherah in the other, or the Queen of Heaven, or any other God, it doesn't matter. How does it get to this? You know, we might want to take special note of all the examples that we can find in here of this, because you know what it's telling me? It's telling me that idolatry, you're always one thought away from falling into idolatry. That's what it's telling me. And I want to give some good news. In chapter 35, verse 1, and it's also prophetic as well. Then God said to Jacob, arise, go up to Bethel, and dwell there, and make an altar there to God. Now pay attention to that. This is going to get real. God is going to meet with him. He's making an altar. God's coming. Who appeared to you when you fled from the face of Esau, your brother. And so, the backdrop here is this. Right now, Israel and his family are in the town of Shechem. And so they've made the journey to come into the promised land. They've come to Shechem, but now they're being called to go specifically to Bethel, that place where is very well known, where Jacob met him at the first, where you call Jacob's ladder, where he sees angels descending and descending from heaven, and he sees the Lord standing over the ladder. And he calls the place the house of God, hence the term Bethel, Beit El. It's the house of God. How awesome, he says, is this place. And so now he knows, and this is important, you guys, because there's a practical application for every single one of us. He's going to meet with God. And guess what Jacob's going to do? He's going to do, honestly, what every husband and every father in this room is called to do. He's going to rise up and he's going to be a spiritual leader in his home. And check this out. Verse 2. And Yaakov said to his household and to all who were with him, put away the foreign gods that are among you. Put them away. Get rid of them. It's time to purify yourselves and to change your garments. This entire statement, 3 things said. Get rid of the foreign gods, purify yourself, change your garments. 3 things are said here. And I want you to understand this is the gospel. So they gave Jacob all the foreign gods in their hands. Not some, not part. Jacob stood up as a spiritual leader in his home to be prophet and priest. And he said, enough of this, get rid of all. And this whole entire family gave them all. And that includes, here's the good news, Rachel. By the fear of the Lord, one departs from evil. If you do not have that fear, you will stay in the land of idolatry all day long. You will stretch out your hand to Yahweh and you will stretch out your hand to your gods. All day long. Absolutely demonic. I think of Yeshua's words, which terrify me. Strive to enter through the narrow gate. For many, I say to you, will seek to enter and will not be able to. Many believers are going to press in to go into the kingdom of God, and Yeshua says they will not be able to enter. Why? Because they have idols that they wouldn't let go.
Hey there, this is Mike at Corner Fringe Ministries, and I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch our video. We hope that it blessed you and it encouraged you. And if it did, please hit the thumbs up on the video and share it with your friends and family. It's also, if you haven't already considered, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, if you'd like to watch the entire video, click on this link. And if you'd like to watch the entire series and learn more about what we do and believe here at Corner Fringe Ministries, click on this link. Once again, I'd like to thank you for watching the video, and we hope to see you again soon. Shalom.